Respect for Sean Marks. He's a guy that I got a chance to know when he was in Toronto. My brother was coaching the team. Sean was there. Butch gave him an opportunity to get his career started. He was in the San Antonio system. He has done a great job in 3 years. He is the big-time winner in all of free agency. He was able to do it. I know Utah, they made some impressive moves, but pulling these two big stars together and a couple other players they're going to be able to add to a solid team, I think was remarkable.
And for people under the age of, call it 30, I think the team of New York City moving forward is Brooklyn and not the Knicks. The Knicks have not won a title since 1973. The Knicks have been in 2 NBA finals in my lifetime. Brooklyn, meanwhile, has the Jay-Z partnership. Brooklyn is the up-and-coming borough, if you will.
Hip-hop.
Right, they've got the better arena.
Not hip-hop.
No, she was saying hip and hot. I knew what you meant, but you said it with a rhyme. I don't know why you did that.
That was wrong.
But regardless,
anyway.
And now also they have Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant.
If it was hip, now Jenna said it. Goodness.
Like the word
you can send it to the sticks.
It's gone now.
The worst.
Oh, it's our fault.
Moving on.
Hip.
The Celtics. These Celtics had a void to fill when Kyrie Irving decided to leave. That's the last time I contribute. And Kemba Walker has been tagged to fill that void. Kemba has agreed to a 4-year, $141 million deal with Boston. Nick, are the Celtics better off with Kemba than they were with Kyrie?
No, of course not. And Celtics fans, stop trying to pretend you think you are. Be happy that you got Kemba, which I didn't think you'd be able to get. I didn't think the Celtics were going to get a top 10 free agent. I thought Kyrie was walking out the door. Then Horford surprisingly was walking out the door. I thought they would be piecemealing it. They got a really good player, an all-star, fringe All-NBA, or All-NBA this year caliber player. But he's a lesser version of Kyrie Irving. We know that.
But also, Kemba knew he couldn't go to the Lakers. Kemba knew he couldn't go to the Knicks because so Boston was the spot that he had picked out, and Jordan's not going to max him out there. So great job by him. He deserves this contract, though.
All right, moving on to the Milwaukee Bucks. They're losing Malcolm Brogdon to the Pacers, but Milwaukee will bring back Chris Middleton and Brook Lopez. Nick, what'd you make of the Bucks' moves yesterday?
We thought they needed to keep at least 2 of the 3, with Middleton being the top priority. I thought they would try to keep Brogdon over Lopez, but Brogdon got a big deal, $21 million a year from Indiana. This is, for the Bucks, next year is arguably the most important year in their franchise in, 30 years, because it is next year that they will be this time next season finding out if Giannis wants to stay long term when they can offer him that supermax. The East is open. They couldn't afford to lose 2 of these guys. They only lost 1, but the Brogdon loss is a big one. He's a 50, 40, 90 guy who's been excellent for them.
Potentially Toronto won't be as good. Boston's not as good. Philadelphia, potentially they're not as good. The class of the East still is Milwaukee. Big loss in losing Brogdon, but they couldn't afford to pay that price that the Pacers paid. Exciting things for the Pacers with their backcourt now.
All right, let's move on to Kawhi Leonard, the reigning Finals MVP, the best free agent still on the market, and with many speculating he'll take his talents to the Clippers. The other LA team is starting to throw their name into the mix. According to reports, LeBron James will meet with Kawhi to try and woo him over to the Lakers. CeCe, how much responsibility is on LeBron to recruit Kawhi? How much wooing has to be done?
Well, there's not, because Kawhi is not contingent on one voice. So Kawhi is not demanded to be able to meet with LeBron. I'm sure that there are people behind the scenes that have had conversation, but there's no pressure on LeBron here. They cleared the cap space. When Kawhi originally requested, then when he saw that San Antonio had misdiagnosed him and they weren't going to offer him to the Lakers. So it just happens now that LeBron is there. It just happens now that AD is there. It just happens that they have another spot available. But a lot of free agency with Kevin Durant and other people has been about, where do you want to go to work for the next 4 or 5 years? And that's what Kawhi Leonard has to be able to make that decision based on 1 year in Canada. Do I want to go there for the next year or 2? Or do I want to be back in Southern California, which he originally requested? So for me, the Lakers Lakers, when they had the cap space available, Kawhi Leonard was going to be looking at the Lakers no matter what.
So to me, there's 2 points here. There's one about LeBron and then one about the Lakers and their plan. On LeBron, there's a bit of a damned if you do, damned if you don't here. If he does not recruit Kawhi Leonard, and if he does not seem like he's interested in Kawhi Leonard, if he does not have open arms to it and signal things like giving his number to Anthony Davis, like telling everyone that will listen, I'm going to take more of a not a backup role, but a lesser role than I've had in years past, then people say, why would you? What you're going to do? What Kobe did to Dwight back when Dwight was still a great player? You're not going to try to get the best team around you. You're not going to try to help the Lakers win a championship. If he does recruit Kawhi Leonard, then we already know what the story is going to be. Oh, just build another super team. And by the way, I don't know if LeBron, Anthony Davis, and Kawhi is the ideal outcome for the NBA. It's obviously the ideal outcome for the Lakers. But for the NBA, if Kawhi goes anywhere other than the Lakers, a third of the league thinks they're legitimate championship contenders. But on the Lakers side of things, they clearly believe they have a real shot at Kawhi Leonard. And we know that because almost all their eggs are now in this basket. We can show you. I did a list of 36 free agents, top 36 guys that people's names would know. We can
you
put
did
it
this
up.
on vacation?
I did, yeah, I did it on vacation.
Okay.
So here's the 36. The green is guys that have signed contracts. So there's Kawhi Leonard at 1. Durant's gone, Kyrie's gone, Clay's gone, go down, D'Angelo Russell's gone, go over here, Vucevic is gone, Randall's gone. The next best available guy is Boogie Cousins. Then you're at Danny Green. Then you're over to the red names, which aren't great. Marcus Morris, Kelly Oubre, Jabari Parker, Seth Curry, Kevon Looney. That's your list. I just listed all of the available guys. So if you don't get Kawhi, you are then piecemealing. Now, Danny Green plus Seth Curry, if you can make that work, isn't a disaster. But the Lakers clearly think they can get number 1. They didn't pursue Kyrie as hard as I thought they would. They didn't pursue Kimba at all. They stayed. D'Angelo Russell maybe could have been gotten. They didn't do that. They clearly believe they can get Kawhi C, and if they do, they're the prohibitive championship favorites, and they go into next season with the best big 3 ever, and that's why they will wait. And I think you're reporting they're going to have to wait sometime.
Oh, yeah, they're going to have to wait. Kawhi's going to meet with them and the Clippers the first couple days of free agency. Then they'll take some time to figure out, is there one team more suited for Kawhi then? And if that is the case, if there is a separation, then they'll go to Toronto and have a discussion as far as Kawhi staying there in Toronto and continuing his career there. If that's for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, then that would be the discussion. And then after that, Kawhi is going to make a decision. I believe that there's more pressure for LeBron, more so on getting another player, especially someone, when you talk about load management, this would stretch out LeBron's career, if anything else, because now they got 3 players that if I can get 2 of them on the court over the course of an 82-game schedule, I can make sure that Anthony Davis in the playoffs is primed and healthy. I can make sure that LeBron makes this transition in year 17, 18, and 19. And Kawhi Leonard, we saw last year a method we had never seen on any of the great players, and which led to championships. That will be the normal talk in season 19 and 20. Load management. When Kevin Durant comes back, it's going to be about load management. When Clay comes back, it's going to be about load management. So for me, if there's any type of pressure, if I'm LeBron James, I'm trying to get Kawhi because what it would mean for me to be able to rest during the regular season.
You know so much about Kawhi. You've known him since he was much younger. Personality-wise, it just seems, and I could be very wrong, that he'd be a better fit for the Clippers. It's a little, left of the spotlight. It's a little quieter. But what's the pitch from LeBron, if it is LeBron, to Kawhi of why he should come to the Lakers?
Go ahead. How much fun was that championship? Let's go in some more. LeBron is a great teammate. Anthony Davis is a great player. This is the city you want to be in. You have proven you don't need other stars. But it's a hell of a lot easier. And I think Kawhi also knows we keep showing that shot in Game 7.
Right.
They were potentially a shot in Game 7 away from being out in the second round. To me, that would be the pitch, not having known Kawhi.
Yeah, I think that something is missing here. Kawhi wants to continue to get better, and he doesn't necessarily need other players, but now it's about legacy. He got 2 chips. What if he gets 4?
Yeah.
And seeing the ability to be able to play, forget LeBron. If he could just go to the Lakers and play with Anthony Davis, that would be appealing to him. Thinking that Kawhi doesn't want to be around noise just because we don't know Kawhi. I do. Kawhi wants to be in a great organization. He's going to take care of his health, and he wants to be able to play for championships, and he believes he can get better than where he is right now. So wherever he can do that, he's going to do that. And I think that's in Los Angeles compared to the Clippers. There's noise everywhere in the NBA. But let me tell you where it's really, really noisy, when you're not winning. And Kawhi wants to win championships, and this next move is about his legacy in the NBA.
And it's amazing the power. A year ago, totally powerless, gets shipped to Canada, and now the whole NBA is waiting on him. Almost all the free agency's done, except for the most important domino.
But it's important to know, when he demanded out of San Antonio, he told Popovich, trade me to the Lakers. Pop said, I'll try to do the best I can. Where'd he send him, Nick?
Toronto.
Yeah.
Out of the country.
Out of the country. And now Kawhi gets to pick where he wants to go to work, and it might end up being in the original spot
where he wants to go.
Just like Kyrie.
Yeah.
When Kyrie wanted out of Cleveland, where'd he end up? Kawhi grew up watching.
All right, good stuff. Take a break. Coming up, did the Celtics improve with the addition of Kemba Walker? That's next on First Things First.